Have you ever wanted to date your furniture? Have you ever wanted your furniture to be sexy? Have you ever wished that Chairem Anime was real? Then Date Everything might just be the game for you. While this game seems to tick all the boxes, is it really that good? Come with us on this romantic journey and find out whether this game is right for you. I'm Stuart from Smash Jump, and this is Jeremy Lowe's review of Date Everything. There's plenty to like about the game. For starters, Date Everything in itself is just a great concept. Now, the idea of dating objects is not new. Chairem Anime is quite literally referenced in the game. That said, seeing the idea brought to life like this is very cool and immediately makes the game stand out. The writing is excellent. There's plenty of funny dialogue and hilarious interactions that gave me a chuckle. Beyond the goofiness and laughs, some truly powerful and serious moments allowed me to connect with each character and make each of their storylines unique. It's impressive to see just how many storylines the team was able to come up with. There was never a moment while playing this game when I got bored with the dialogue. It's always fun and engaging and has kept me wanting to come back for more. The game's art design is also phenomenal. Each character has a very distinct and unique design that really lets them stand out. The art team did a great job bringing these inanimate objects and concepts to life. The art itself is gorgeous, even down to the little or the big details. Of course, having all these sexy men and women is great, but seeing how they've given all these different objects a humanoid form is honestly pretty cool. I'm very excited to see what other objects the team decides to bring to life with future updates and DLC. This game has a ton of content. There are multiple achievements, 100 different characters to awaken and romance, a plethora of secrets to discover, tons of collectibles to collect, and ultimately a long path to completing a playthrough. This is not a short game by any means, so if you're looking for a long visual novel to keep you busy for a while, Date Everything is just the game for you. This game's biggest strength is ultimately its characters. Each character is extremely unique and stands out in their own way. Of course, the character designs and dialogue are a big part of it, but the voice actors' performances really sell the characters' personalities. It brings them to life, and every voice actor really brought their A-game to the table. It was funny to see who voiced what character, and for several of the characters, I genuinely couldn't believe who voiced them. I am quite glad that the lines in this game are voiced. It really helps the characters feel all the more real and is truly the cherry on top of an already wonderful game. The game has several performance issues. The game seems to stutter and slow down while loading into the main menu. On top of that, there are a few occasions where the game begins to chug inside the house and in the data decks menu. The data decks also encounters issues while trying to scroll down the list, making it hard to actually use the data decks at all. I've also found some bugs while playing through the game. Sometimes, after choosing a specific dialogue option, the data decks will say that you chose a different path when in fact you didn't. Furthermore, I had instances where I would go through a scenario one day and then the same scenario would repeat the next day with no difference. I'm afraid this may lock me out of an ending, and I hope these issues are fixed in time. This next issue isn't really a problem with the game itself, it's more of a problem with the genre. The game isn't super interactive. There are tons of storylines to go through, but the player doesn't do much more than click dialogue boxes, like in most visual novels. This means that if you're not engaged with the dialogue, this game can become quite boring quite fast. Again, not an issue with just Date Everything, more so just an issue with the type of game that it is. My final complaint with the game is that it can feel overwhelming at times. This might just be a me thing, and while I do appreciate how much content there is in the game, it just overwhelms me to think about all the collectibles, datables, and realizations I need to awaken and collect in order to beat and complete the game. It takes around 80 hours to obtain every achievement, and for some, it might take longer. This issue is definitely a personal one, and it's a good issue to have, but I still can't help but feel overwhelmed by everything there is to unlock and collect in the game. All in all, Date Everything is a very unique game that stands out from other visual novels. The creative idea, the vast array of memorable characters, the quirky writing, and the beautiful art really help this game shine. While the large amount of content can be overwhelming and the performance issues along with the bugs can put a damper on things, none of it really drags the experience down. If you like visual novels or you like the game's quirky style, it's an easy recommendation. If the game's style turns you off, or if you're not a big fan of visual novels, this game might have some novelty, but it's probably not for you. That said, it's worth keeping an open mind with this game. You never know, it might be the perfect game to keep you inside. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to Smash Jump for more gaming features, news, original content, and reviews.